my thing there. Like, is he gonna have the mastery to pull it off? And the click comes back again!
Dude, they're running it back. But the Hilda's there now. What does this change?
Ah, man, I'm not sure, bro.
It makes the Mingwin pick so much harder. Just go ahead and pick up a Valier, man.
Valier is pretty good. You might be discouraged from picking out an Eve here in this slot just because of the Gourd.
Yeah,
so
the Gourd, the Hilda, Kalea, the Hardy, too many
that's
things.
Gonna blow up. You're gonna blow up.
Yeah, even picking up the Farsa, you might waste your wings by wings.
True.
It's either the Kagura or the Valier, I'm thinking, if they want to go kind of crazy with it.
Super Survivor mid lane. Paramis. Maybe.
It's been a while, you know.
It's a day of stuff coming out from now to nowhere.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Might as well go for it, right? But
It's
of
still
course.
Selena? What?
You know what?
What?
Okay. You know what? If you're running the Clint back, might as well run the Selena too.
You're right, you're right. Other than that, you know what? It feels like this could be very bad for Omega. With that mid, their mid trio kind of more vulnerable, but if you finesse it properly, you could get a good advantage. Let's go with the game number 2 here, and let's find out where it's gonna break.
So far, I'm just trying to run the permutation in my head. Master Assassin, by the way, for Edward. That's why we were talking about pressure. And actually, Joshy Cakes, I think, is one of the people here that helped me realize this. Because I asked him to pick the Phobius, and then when the Hilda came up, dude just straight up lost lane.
Oh, wow.
That's why I was very fervent in suggesting the Hilda for Edward. And glad that Aurora decided to take it. But still, outside of the Farsa, the Selena, the 4 picks that Omega has are also really good.
Oh, he missed out on it. Although they're still gonna be able to burst him down. And light got the light sucked out of him.
Can't doubt it anymore. Can't doubt it anymore. It's too real.
It's too real.
This Mingwin Selena is too real, bro.
And it's actually doing exactly what the Selena is supposed to do and more. Like, it's doing... You're not supposed to get first bloods like that. I usually only see that in RJ, bro.
Yeah.
And it's insane the amount of experience, the amount of pressure it can exert, even though there is, there is a Hilda on the map.
Yeah, let's see how the power of wildness will actually fare during the team fights later. That quick little stun dished out by the Hilda. It's more than enough to break all of the tempos of anyone that Omega decides to dive with. I think Netsky will have to make a conscious effort to the moment he goes in, or maybe even slightly before he presses the BMI to enter. He needs to already have Press Purify and have that CC immunity.
Oh, Domin Kite!
This time it's Team Kite's
Demon Kite,
turn
rather.
to actually burn Mingwin down. He uses the flicker, actually.
Flickered in?
Oh, yeah.
Flickered in. He wants to delay Demon Kite from actually initiating, and Perceva's gonna buy enough time. Is gonna stay alive as well. Now James is gonna be taking some damage against Edward, but some things are necessary for the greater good.
Mingwin is a freaking genius. He flickered in, he brought Demon Kite low, it delayed Kite enough in getting close to the turtle, and even worse, it made it way too risky for him to go for a heavier contest.
So that was almost a semi-TKO because, you know, Demon Kite couldn't actually fight inside that turtle pit.
Yeah.
Crazy. Again, all of that after he just got bumped on, and he, you know, that's
Oh, that's wild.
Mingwin's mechanics here.
Oh, now they're gonna go for 1 instead, and Perceva is gonna fall. That's the first kill on the board to the Northern Lights.
1 kill, but what did they build out of that? That felt like a bit of a self-serving pickoff for them, just so that they could say, all right, at least we got something in the map, guys. But in the big picture, it also means that it's a little bit more dangerous right now. Ryzen up top and RORA have room to proxy waves and pressure Netsky.
That's going to be a lot of decent pressure, which is exactly what RORA kind of has to do. They cannot fall back on the pressure game. That's one thing that a Harley is just so good at. James is trouble though.
James uses the flicker, still alive, but he's gonna come back knowing that there's gonna be extra reinforcements. Demon Kite smells this, Edward feels the same. And that's going to be the end of it. No casualties for both sides.
Let's see if any of these EXP winners are willing to give up a wave or two just to make sure that their team will have a 5-man presence in the turtle. It seems like the answer for that is it's going to be James. Edward's going to be left in lane to clear it. James is going to join Omega. They're still energy shielding, so they don't have to worry about it getting pushed or the turret getting damaged. It's going to be a full 5-man team fight.
You know what's gonna happen here. Edward's already running up on mid. They're trying to get into their positions, trying to clear out all of these, traps, making sure that, at least it's gonna be even Stevens.
Yeah, James has no flicker, so there's no flicker. Darkwave surprise entry for Omega.
Only choice here is to fight. Perxiva finds the light, and they're going to be the ones to burst him down, and then all of a sudden, it's going to be a revitalized Perxiva from the back. He's going to dish out some damage and tank a bit more, and Perks is going to stay alive, taking some HP from the turtle. That's -1 for the Northern Lights, and Omega's holding on to this. Demon Guide is still alive. It's going to be a retribution battle. The question is answered immediately with Ryzen taking it for the barangay.
Edward looked like he was making a beeline straight for Ryzen, just wanting to stun him, but then he gets stopped by the Abyssal Arrow. Another great team fight played by Omega. A fantastic initiation from Aurora. Gonna have to give them that. But then they couldn't get Perxiva down fast enough. He was able to knock up the gourd. Entry with the AOG. And then Netsky caps it off with another well-timed blazing duet.
That's right. Actually, he forced Yue into a defensive flicker instead. Instead of now, you should be threatened by it. It's gone. That's so big. Perxiva, again, despite being usually very passive, now he's able to actually AOG in and just force so many things. And now, Omega, they know that they can take these fights.
Again, they're making the right moves. AOG popped off by Perxiva, not going to be able to hit anyone, but that is just to neutralize the threat that was going against Netsky. Now Demon Kite looking at the back, just looking to continue the waves in Aurora's favor, as Ryzen just simply clearing a bunch more of these jungle objectives before the next major objective appears.
Next major objective is going to be on the bottom side of the map, less than a minute in. Maybe picks can happen by then, but at this point, I actually also like where James is at. James feels like he will have a pretty decent time alongside the rest of the squad, just making sure that you can kind of just keep Demon Kite in check, keep you in check, even Light right now.
Great minion wave management by these two teams. At 6 minutes in, heading into 7. No turret has fallen. A good amount of damage on especially the one top side. But still, no one has given up any outer turret. 13 seconds until the last turtle. Mega look to play the map with just a little bit more. But Aurora are handling it well.
Both teams are just doing their end of the bargain, clearing as much room as they can before the next major objective appears, which is now Edward looking to be in position. He is surrounded by 3 of the barangay. Will he be able to escape? The answer is no. He's actually going to dish some damage to Ryzen. A flicker is going to get him to escape. Full 5-man coming out from Smart Omega. Light's going to be getting into the air, dishing damage, assisting the rest, and James is gonna go down. No initiation as Mingwin takes it anyway, so it's a life in place for a major objective.
Just one yet again. Perxiva, the revitalized, being able to keep himself alive long enough. James falls, but the turtle, all objectives go to Omega. RORA will push down bottom, while Omega will go push up top. They just go for cross-map trades.
Yeah, and maybe that's the point of RORA, right? That's the point. They're trying to get Demon Kite into that form, or Domin Kite into that form where you're going to be so hard to touch because you're just so buffed up on items. The more that you're splitting this up, the better it is for Domin.
Oh no, they're setting their sights on Ryzen. Although the arrow's going to be there, Ryzen's going to be able to escape. It's still James dishing out some damage against 3 of the members of Aurora's. Yu is going to be joining the party now, throwing the ball, dishing the gush.
Whoa.
And then a stun coming out from James. An immediate block. And this is going to be round 2. Dominguez going to be joining the party as well. The ball's going to be thrown again. And Omega is going to take Light downhill once more.
That was 3v4. While all of that was happening, Netsky split up. Ryzen was split up. They still got a better trade there.
Yeah, but they timed it really well with minion waves because it's not like Netsky was able to push the tower, the inner turret up top, but still that could have been so much cleaner for Aurora. You got to give it to Omega. Of course, Mingun again on the Selena. They are answering all of Aurora's forced sequences incredibly well.
Yeah, and we're literally seeing Perks in front of our eyes just doing some magic. Absolute magic in this game.
Oh, JP's probably so proud of him right now with the development that this kid has grown, not even having playing time at all when he was still with Team Liquid Philippines, to now leading the charge for Omega, neutralizing the situation with every single attack approach that Aurora's going for. Now, They're setting their sights on the Lord that's going to be appearing near the bot lane 5 seconds from now.
Oh, with so much rotations that he had to do, it took 9 minutes for Edward to get his first.
Oh, this is going to be another Mystic Gosh, and that lands well. James might be part of the party as well, and then Netsky's going to be using that Blazing Duet accidentally. -2. Aurora finding the right targets as they work their way towards the Lord.
Yeah, -2 is big. This is going to be such a difficult Lord to push back here. Mingwen can only watch while the rest of his team is just struggling to maybe get the consolation prize on the other side of the map.
They're not even going to fight for it anymore. It's the first major objective that they have gotten, but now Netsky's going to have to fight Edward. Ryzen is going to be joining them in just a bit, but look at the damage coming out from Agent Zero, using that flicker to be able to get away. Leaning towards the bush for the extra HP. A-OK for Aurora. Conceal comes up next. They're looking for something, but Omega is nowhere to be found. What a turnaround from the Northern Lights.
Yeah, with the last attempt of the pickoffs that Aurora had, the egg would have cracked eventually. They would have eventually gotten 2 big kills. For majority of it, it's been James and Perxiva. Only one of them falls and the other survives. But when both fall, it's a difficult team fight for Omega. So keep looking at Light and Yue. Be non-stop, just looking at picking off those two when they can, however they can.
Oh, look at the angles coming out of Mingwen, trying to find a little bit more, but the passive of Light is going to be helping him in certain instances. Omega looking for damage control. They're going to be able to do it as full 5 men are just going to take down that Lord quite easily, but Demon Kite and the rest of the Auroras are looking for more in terms of that real estate. No major casualties in terms of the objectives just yet, as Perxiva stays alive, and this continues.
And now it's Omega on the defensive. Now it's Omega trying to buy more time for Netsky to be on a better position.
Just the Tsunami Slam is slamming every single frontliner from Omega. Light is showing the way for Aurora to go.
Yeah, that's a fleeting time, Kalea. That's why they can keep getting it over and over again. And of course, with, I believe, the battle spells going down relatively quickly, he might have also packed.
Oh, Perxiva starts! He's going to be able to use the AOG to actually escape. But please, continue with what you're saying.
Yeah, he might have pack pulled yourself together because he gets his flicker sub 100 seconds. You can only get that with a lot of assists through PYT. I don't think Omega were expecting just a fleeting time rush for this Kalea. Instead of building utility, they wanted to go a faster pace. Speed was what we were talking about earlier. You're going up against Aurora, you want to play faster than them. This time, Aurora found picks, found heroes that could eventually match them once they get their pickoffs rolling, once they have that fleeting time with that Kalea.
That's true. And with that Kalea, they can just keep going all day. And Aurora, they're actually navigating very, very well along all of this chaos that's being introduced to them by OMG. Right now, it does feel like they just gotta make that move at this point, right? They're the ones who are now pressured to make a play.
Yeah, because James can't even make a play. And same could be said for Perxiva, because as soon as they see Light, Light is just gonna use a Tsunami Slam on them and then trim them down. But look at the positioning coming out of 2 of the members of Omega. They're simply slowing it all down, looking for one misstep from the Northern Lights. But Nets has already showcased himself.
Yeah.
Or should I say Ryzen even?
Oh, Omega needs to go back and handle the minion waves. They do have a slow push up top, but they will not be able to get close enough to this Lord.
Oh, there's going to be another push, and it's James again. Might be the victim for that, but Perxiva bought enough time for the XP laner of Omega to stay alive.
That's big.
Although that's an ultimate wasted, and now it's a full 5-man coming out from the Omega team.
Yeah, they can just rush this right now, despite them using a lot of resources. Omega used more.
Oh, there's not a lot of...
They can go in!
Look at the stun from the Northern Lights, and Netsky fighting all alone against the rest of the members of Aurora. That's 2 going down. It's Light for the price of Netsky, and this continues in favors of the Northern Lights.
Perfect stun by Yue.
That's 3 members stunned up by that Gord. I didn't even see it coming. All of them were just standing there trying to contest that Lord.
Oh, this is how Aurora fights back. They want to get the playoff ticket now, and that is an inhibitor taken down bottom. So this means more problems for Smart Omega as Aurora continues the siege right here at the middle. It's going to be Perxiva using a bit more skills to actually defend, but delay the inevitable is what's going to be the case, as they will be able to take this Lord down. It's just that.
Right.
How much more can Omega take in this one as Perks? He's no longer gonna stay alive, even at the helm of the base. Now it's James, the main front line. 5 men going for the side of Aurora with a 6K gold lead as well. They want to go for the end. The lock. Where is Yue? Where are the others? James is going to force the issue, but to no avail. He goes down as well. Now it's going to be Ryzen popping off the wind of nature. Netsky's doing the same. And with full 5 men, the lights continue. We're going to a game number 3.